Let's talk about the list of best to worst foods for long life and great health, and also those worst foods you should stay away from.
Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist. Get healthy now.
Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, today I want to talk about a list of foods that will keep you young, long life foods from best to worst. And I want to get into some of those worst foods also that you should stay away from if you want to, live till tomorrow. But first of all, if you like what I do, please give me a thumbs up. Also tell others, please subscribe. Also, please watch those ads at the beginning. They bring a few pennies towards us. I appreciate that in a great way. Also, please get a copy of my new book, Live a Cancer-Free Life. Live a Cancer-Free Life. If you just Google that, it will come up. And I have a 5+ rating on Amazon, and people love it. More than half of you are going to come down with cancer sooner or later, and it's really not good. It's moving toward more than half, so it's really not good. And when reading my book, there's a few things that you can do. It's a short read that you can do to cut your chances of coming down with cancer. And I don't want to see any of you die or have to go through that terrible process of having cancer. It's easier to prevent than it is to try to heal. So get a copy of my book. Well, first of all, there are a lot of great foods out there. These are my 10+ foods. 10+. And I have quite a few in the 10+ category. First of all, good old greens. These are some kale. Wonderful kale. I love kale. It's one of my favorite foods. Also, with a little balsamic vinegar on there, boy, that's really great. Now, I highly recommend wonderful kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, arugula, lettuces of all kinds, beet greens, spinach. We have a Chinese spinach growing outside. It's taken over, I'm telling you. Also, we have a Malabar spinach that climbs on the wall. We have lots of spinach. Also, we have beet greens, sugar beet greens. If you haven't ever had sugar beets roasted, they're wonderful. But the greens are super high in protein, and also they taste a lot like cabbage. And I highly recommend it. I'm going to plant a lot of it next year. I'm just going, wow, this is good, really, really, really good. So I'm going to do that. So greens are really super high in antioxidants, great for healing the body. I can't express enough about greens, really good. Plus 10 foods, also another 10+ foods, also are the beans. Beans are really great. These are Goya organic chickpeas. These have sodium in them, a little bit of sea salt. So, rinse them before you eat them. If you can get them salt-free, all the better. But get them organic, of course. And I love chickpeas. Now, one of my go-to foods. And beans will make you more satisfied in a steak, absolutely, positively. And giving more nutrients, you will feel really great. Beans are amazing. One of the studies I did was all the blue zones in the world where people live to be over 100. And like Okinawa, some of the Greek Isles, Sardinia in Italy, Loma Linda in California, also Costa Rica, some villages there. And one of the things they do is they all eat beans, at least 8 ounces of beans every day. There's about 40 different types of beans. And if you look up beans and long life, you'll see a ton of information. They have lots of fiber. The fibers break down into short-chain fatty acids, which heal our body, heal our brain, heal our joints, heal our heart, heal our gut, everything. So it's really important to eat your beans. I recommend at least 8 ounces every day. I eat from 15 to 30 ounces every day. And if you cook your beans yourself, put a little kombu seaweed with it, and that will keep you from having gas. Also, veggies are 10+ in my book, that's for sure. Cauliflower, broccoli, this is yellow squash. I recommend squash. Squash, will help you lose weight, lots of nutrients, hardly any calories, really amazing. We made a zucchini dish yesterday. Was absolutely wonderful. Actually, my wife cooked that up. Lots of different veggies cooked together. Mostly, we had a lot of peppers, so we cooked the peppers with onions and garlic and then added in some zucchini. Oh, it was delicious. So lots of veggies. All these veggies have different fibers that feed your good bacteria. Another 10 plus food is fruit. Here is good old papaya. We have a lot of papaya here, and apples, oranges, all the fruits are great. And they have a lot of fiber, which feeds your good bacteria. Lots of antioxidants. These are antioxidant-rich things and help with totally preventing Alzheimer's and dementia. New studies show that. So I highly recommend that you allow yourself to eat your fruit, especially berries. Berries are amazing. Really great for the thyroid also. Also, another 10 plus food group. The grains are really great. The gluten-free grains, I highly recommend. Here's quinoa or kiwa, as most people call it. And it is really wonderful. I highly recommend it. Also, your brown rice and your red rice, your black rice. Also, buckwheat and sorghum and kaniwa, which is a cousin of kiwa. Also, fonio, which is another grain. I have videos about all these. Fonio, Job's tears, oatmeal, which is pretty much gluten-free also, only 4 parts per million. Basically, non-processed grains, which are gluten-free, really great for the body, very healing, lots of protein. It'd take like buckwheat, 30% protein. Wow, really great stuff. So that's another 10 plus food group I highly recommend. Also, I go into the 9 plus. The 9 plus, I put in things like seeds. We have flax seeds here, and which are really great. Flax seeds, sunflower seeds, watermelon seeds, chia seeds, all kinds of seeds, pumpkin seeds. These are great in moderation, of course. You don't want to sit down and eat 3 pounds of them. They do have some fat in them. So, seeds are good to sprinkle on your breakfast, to sprinkle over, your salad, that type of thing. Really wonderful. Lots of great super nutrients. The 8 plus food group, that was the 9 plus. This is the 8 plus. Avocados, I put in that group. 1 per week, lots of good nutrients, but a lot of fat in them also. So I recommend eating 1 per week. That's really good. Also, you could take your avocados and cut it with green peas for like guacamole. That way you get more protein at the same time. You get the regular guacamole type of flavor. It's really good, and I highly recommend that. The 7 plus foods are the processed grains. Processed grains are all the things like all the flours, that type of thing. Also the grains that make up bread, that type of thing. They're still good. At the same time, it's important that they do pack on the pounds if you eat a lot of bread and that type of thing. So I put it in my 7 plus group. The 6 plus group, still foods that are still good, but on the verge, that type of thing. Plant-based milks, oil-free dressings, that type of thing, which are all plant-based. Another processed group, but, minimally processed for the most part. The 1 plus and minus food groups, they're almost not friendly, but still plant-based. I would go either way. I think that they're really not good for the body in general. Plant-based ice creams, plant-based cheese, protein bars, plant-based protein bars, plant-based protein powders, pre-made and foods, that type of thing. Anything is pre-made. I like to see things made at home, that's for sure. That's the best way, absolutely, positively. Okay, we get into the minus foods. 2 minus food groups, all oils. These are the extracts of foods. And these actually surround the cell and go into the cell and prevent insulin and other hormones from getting in. This is causing thyroid problems, hormone problems in the body in general, and also insulin resistance, which causes diabetes. So that's a real problem. One of the first things I do when I have a person with diabetes, when I want to reverse diabetes, is to put take them away from all those terrible oils. In fact, I just had one lady totally reverse her diabetes yesterday. Rose, I really am excited for you. You're away from that diabetic medication. You no longer have to take that, and your blood sugar is great. You did the work. Great. Also, sweet coffee drinks are in the -2 food category. They will pack on the pounds too. I like a little coffee, decaf in the morning myself, but those big coffee drinks with all that whipped cream and all that stuff is really not good for you. And -3 food groups, sodas, not good. If you drink 2 sodas a week, actually increase your chances of coming down with cancer by 2 to 3 times. Really not good. Also, sports drinks, they're sugar laden, all kinds of chemicals in them, lots of things like guarana, all kinds of these caffeine type of stuffs in there, really not good for you. The -4 food groups, all the junk food, the regular ice cream, cakes, full of oil and eggs and cookies and candy and chocolate. Chocolate on the average has a lot of fat. I know a lot of you chocoholics are going to be upset about that, but, I don't have any problem with cacao, that cacao nibs or cacao powder, cocoa powder, that's not a problem whatsoever. But chocolate in general has lots and lots of fat in it. And that fat also causes the same problems as, causing diabetes and thyroid problems and all that type of thing. The -6 food group, French fries and burgers, even plant-based burgers out there. And, you probably heard about a lot of those too. Also pizza, all that cheese on there. Fast food and processed food, all this is in the -6 category. Really not good for you. The -10 foods, all the animal products, -10, really not good. Animal products, the beef, the lamb, the pork, the chicken, the turkey, the fish, the seafood, the eggs, the milk and cheeses, the yogurts, the kefir, the whey powders, all those. We have the smoking gun. We have thousands of actual studies showing that they cause cancer. And actually we can take proteins from dairy products and actually inject them into lab animals like rats, and within a very short time they come down with cancer. Not good. And also they're implicated in causing type 1 diabetes also. Not good. Also the double -10 group, 10 double minus. This is all the animal products that are processed, like processed meats like ham and salami and bacon and things like that. Lots and lots of terrible, nitrates and chemicals in them. And we absolutely, positively know that these cause cancer. Hot dogs, all those type of things. Really not good. So there you have it. A wonderful list of plus 10 foods to 10 double minus foods. Really good foods to really bad foods. And I'm going to try to post this in the first comment if I get there first. And so you can have the list and you can be able to look at that and be able to refer back to it on a regular basis. But if you live according to this wonderful list, you're going to feel great. If you want to do a consultation with me, I ask for a $50 donation, and we'll get you on the road to healing and actually totally heal your chronic disease process that you have going on right now. And I've been healing and helping people heal their bodies for a long time. And yet just the other day, last week, I did a video about some testimonials from people. And so you can be one of those testimonials too. Call me at 831-869-9119. 831-869-9119. It's at the end of the video, and if you click on show more, it's right down there. Well, have a wonderful day. Remember a couple things. Remember God, and remember, I love you.